This is a guide to the Exertis ICE tool. Resellers would navigate to store.exertis.co.uk, and we have the ICE tool link just on the bottom right hand side here. We select that, that will open up the portal. There are a number of portals for various partners. In this scenario, we've obviously got Dell, Fujitsu and Lenovo. I'm just going to click on the Dell one just for an example. And I'm going to log in with a test user account. Now we're in on the Exertis ICE tool, which stands for Intelligent Configuration Engine. This is a powerful tool that allows us to leverage the stock that we carry and the ability to be able to customize that for each reseller that comes in. At the moment we've got workstations and we've got servers. Storage should be coming soon. I'm just going to select servers, just an example. We have a carousel of servers that are available from stock. In this scenario, obviously we're ranging from something like the R220 up to the R730 from a rack, and then into the Tower series as well. I'll just select the popular R730 dual socket server. What we try to do here is ask some sensible questions and have some aid memoirs if you are not sure of the options that you should be selecting. We have two base chassis at the moment that we're currently have in stock. So we have a 6-core process version and we have a 10-core version process. If I just, for example, I'll just select the 6-core version there. What we want to do is work our way through each of the options on the left-hand side and can change all those question marks into ticks. So if we select CPU there, we're given the option of either no additional CPU or we can add a second CPU. In this case it's a 2630. If we do that, you'll see it'll automatically select the required heatsink and the optional second riser for that CPU. You'll also notice that there's a quantity here in the brackets. That's the quantity that's available in stock. And the price you see there is your price feed, so it's custom to each customer. If we select memory, now these boxes here are grayed out and not amendable because we are providing one 16 gig DIMM module. That's so that Dell can ship this out in a tested state. Now obviously in a sensible scenario we use balanced memory, but I'm going to deliberately make that unbalanced. So with the options I've selected there, adding 2 more 16 gig DIMMs to the original first DIMM, that gives us 3, and obviously it's unbalanced. We'll get a nice little warning message telling us that's the case and what we probably want to be aware of. I'm going to just decrease that by 1, so it gives us the option to do so. And I'm just going to move on to the next category, which is storage. Now storage is one of those products that typically we end up selecting drives and then selecting RAID. We've decided to do a little bit differently to that and select the RAID first. And that helps minimize the errors in selections on drives. So typically, obviously most people's first RAID group is a mirrored pair, RAID 1. I'm just going to select, I don't know, let's have a look, say 300 gig 15K drive. And that's, we can't change the quantity here because obviously it's a mirrored pair. It's already selected that there's 2. I've got 21 in stock, so we're good to go there. I move on to the second group. This time I've decided I'm going to do a RAID 5 group. Now we all know that RAID 5 requires a minimum of 3 drives, so it warns us at the top that whatever the drive type we select here, it's going to be a minimum of 3. Now I can be crazy and change that to 2. And once I select a drive, so let's take the 1 terabyte 7.2s. It will inform us that it's a 3 drive minimum. It will also correct that error for us in this scenario and move it back to 3, and we'll come back and we'll select 3. My third RAID group here, if I select that, I don't want a third RAID group, so I'm just going to put none, but it just gives me, from a compliance perspective, I've gone through and asked every single question. This also helps to improve additional attach sales. As you can see with the backup scenario here, we could actually add an LTO external unit if we wanted to do so. But for the moment, I'm just going to say I don't want that. You might want some HBAs. You might want to add some additional NICs. There's options in here for all that. So in this scenario, let's give it another quad port NIC. I'm going to use the low profile slots up. I've got 11 in stock. I'm going to add 2 of those in. Now, obviously, iDRAC management is always a very sensible option to have. And we'll select that. It allows us to do remote sessions with the box, eases deployments, etc. I've got a number of options in here that we can do. Warranty, let's pop into warranty. I'm going to increase the base warranty. I'm going to decide I'm going to have, say, 5-year next business day on site. That always seems a sensible option, as most customers keep their kit for at least 5 years. Number of services. So obviously we are going to configure that for you, and those elements are included in that there. So we can save our quote order. We could save it at any point in time, and we could come back to it in case we got distracted or we weren't sure on a particular configuration as you're working through it. It gives us our offer date, who entered it. So obviously in this case it's a test account. I'm just going to put a reference of 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, any reference number you want. My test account, test items within here. It's giving me a quote price, and I can do a number of things now. We can just leave that as it is, it's saved, we can come back to it, or we could export that out and send that over to your account manager, who will process that for you. There's a summary of the quote. You notice there are a couple of options in here are on a lead time. Obviously, hardware and build and delivery costs are included in that. And we can export it in a number of formats: Word, Excel, PDF. We can even email it to ourselves. So if I've got PDF there, let's just open that up. And you can see it's just a standard PDF format. Obviously we could use Excel, and you can then incorporate that into your own solutions as well. Hope that was useful. It's just a quick guide to the Exertis ICE tool.